Hello, my name is Eric, and I am traveling around the entire country for a year in a teardrop trailer. Today I'm in Mt Shasta, California, and if you're like me and you've never heard of Mt Shasta, California, it's Northern California, and the mountain itself is 14,000 feet. I think it's obviously a little over that, and it is just a gorgeous, gorgeous area. It came highly recommended to me to check out this area by I think 2 or 3 people, and I'm glad I did. I came up here about 2 or 3 days ago. I was briefly in Oregon, and I just drove about an hour and a half south into Mt Shasta here and checked out the town. It's a very small town down the side of this mountain, and it's a great little mountain town, and it's got everything you really need: grocery store, laundromat, restaurants, beer. And yeah, I've been staying up here. I love my campsite that I'm at. I'm going to be here for another few days. But as you can see, the weather has gotten pretty gross here. It's been raining. I'm not going to say nonstop because it kind of rains for a little bit and then stops, and rains for a little bit and then stops. But it has been raining for over 24 hours now, and it is going to continue to rain for the next 3 days. In fact, this area on Sunday gets snow, and I am from Florida, and that's so snow is not something I'm used to, and certainly not something I'm used to driving in, and I'm pulling a small trailer, and so it's definitely something that kind of makes me a little nervous. The thing is, everywhere around me is getting snow and rain at this moment. I've looked at the weather all the way up to Bend, Oregon, which is 3.5 hours away from me. And it's getting rain. It's getting, I don't know about snow, but it's definitely getting rain and colder temperatures. And one of the places I really want to go to, I've been dying to go to for decades now, is Crater Lake National Park. And that is just above me by, I think, maybe 2.5 hours or so. But it's also getting lots of snow, and it's going to continue to get snow. But there's a brief stop next Wednesday or Thursday or something like that. So that's why I'm kind of down this area, kind of hiding out for a little bit. And then I'm going to go to Crater Lake for one day when it kind of stops snowing. It's still going to be pretty cold at Crater Lake. I think it's going to be a low of 16, 14, something like that. That's going to be the low. And the highs are only going to reach mid-30s. So I'm not going to stay a long time at Crater Lake National Park, but I'd be very upset with myself if I didn't go check it out for a day. Also, a lot of things at Crater Lake right now are closed. So it is what's today? May 8th or something like that? May 6th? I don't remember. It's the first week of May. And they still got plenty of snow up there. Someone was telling me that at Crater Lake, they don't go through and plow the area. They just wait for the snow to melt. So they have what's called the rim drive that goes around the whole rim of the crater, and that's all closed off. You can get to the visitor center at the top from what I've read at the moment, and you can see a pretty good view of the crater and the lake below, but you're not going to be able to go very far into it. But I'm still going to go because I've always wanted to go. So anyways, that's where I'm headed to. I guess all I really wanted to kind of say on these videos here is, days like today, I think even if you live in an apartment or a city or anything, ooh, the sun's coming out a little bit. That's nice. I haven't seen the sun in over 24 hours. Even if you live in a city, you live in a house or an apartment or wherever, and the weather gets crappy, I think everybody goes through times when you're just like, man, it's kind of crappy out. I don't really feel very great. And I definitely was kind of feeling that for maybe the past, I'm not going to say 24 hours, but I woke up very late to rain, and I set up a tarp. I had to set up a tarp over the back of my galley area so that I could cook, because it's raining on and off, and I need to obviously make some food, and that's the only way I could cook, was to have some sort of covering over me. But I was having to put it up in the wind, a little bit of wind, and the rain, and it's just me. And so a lot of cursing went into putting up that tarp. But I did get it up, and now I'm able to just kind of sit outside, underneath the tarp when it's raining, and at least not have to squat or get into a cramped teardrop trailer. But it's still, it's kind of like kind of a crappy day. There's not much going on. I could go on a hike, I guess, but this area is obviously, like I said, everything's wet right now, and it would just be muddy, and I don't know, it doesn't feel like good hiking weather to me. I guess it'd be fine. There's lots of paths and stuff around me, but I don't know. Kind of one of those days I just feel like staying at the campsite and just kind of enjoying it. These are the kind of, like I said, days though where you say, oh, it looks like there's smoke behind me. Oh, it's not just a cloud, but looks like there's smoke. Yeah, these days are sometimes the times where I'm like, man, why am I here doing this? I'm in the cold. It's gonna snow. Everywhere around me is getting cold temperatures and rain and snow, so I can't even drive out of the temperatures. If I had more time than a year, because my journey here is to travel across the country for a year. If I had more time than a year, then I definitely would go further south, and get back into some warmer climates, because coming from Florida, I just like the heat. I like the warmth. I don't really care for the cold too much. Although I'm getting a little adaptive as I've spent more and more time up here in the colder temperatures. However, it still doesn't make me kind of question, like, sometimes, why am I doing this when I'm freezing and I'm bundled up in 2 or 3 pairs of clothing and, gloves and everything, just to fight, putting and to make food in the rain and stuff like that, fighting with the weather. I don't know, like, there's those times that I don't care for it, and then there's times like 2 days ago when I got here and it was just absolutely gorgeous. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm super glad I'm still doing this. I'm super glad I'm traveling and seeing the country, and I know I'm still going to see amazing spots. I'm really excited to get into Oregon and see the rest of that state, and then still Washington State, and then eventually my plan is to go to Alaska, so I'm really excited to go up there, and Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, the Dakotas, everything. I'm so excited to get all those places, but definitely the weather puts you into a kind of a funk, kind of a mood. But it's clearing up right now, which is nice. You can almost see the mountain behind me. There's a bunch of clouds on top of it still at the very top, but that's the mountain right behind me. And yeah, I guess it's not really much of a video of anything, just me rambling. That's why you come to YouTube, right? All right, I guess I'll end it. Kind of a weird ending, but see ya.